Hi, my name is Emily Brown. I am a fourth grade teacher at Vinland Elementary, and I am a lighthouse teacher at Vinland Elementary. This year I had the opportunity to be trained on and play around with and explore lots of the different tools that we use with AI in our district, and I wanted to share one of the favorite tools within MagicSchool that I use regularly. When you open up MagicSchool, there are all these amazing tools here that you can use. My favorite one is actually not on this screen. It's on the left side right here, called Class Writing Feedback. These are 3 different assignments. I've used this for, I've archived most of them at this point, but what I love about this tool, before I share it with you, is that it takes out a lot of the steps that I was getting a little bit frustrated with other tools. It will, I can bulk upload files, so I can upload all of my student documents at once. I use Google Classroom, so I have a folder within my Google Drive that holds all of the submitted assignments for my students for these kind of this kind of assignment. I can upload all of them at once. The other thing that I really like is that once I have approved the feedback, it will share it directly to the student's document. So it will, once I approve once I have to go in and approve the feedback, which is important. It does sound very AI until I go through and edit and make sure that everything is appropriate for the students. Then I review it. I approve it, and then once I share it to the students, it will actually take the information and put it onto their original document so they can see it within Google Classroom. So I really like using this tool for in progress, not assessments, but like an in progress feedback rather than a final assessment for the grade. So you can see I've uploaded all of these different submissions here. I have gone through and edited these, but before that, if it doesn't say approved, it would say pending, and I can click on review. And right now I have it set to glows, grows, and score breakdown. You can also add next steps, which is something I did one-on-one with students, and they were using a different tool for that. So I don't have that set up for this assignment right now. But you can see the original submission on the right side here. And then this is what is provided by MagicSchool. It has different strengths in the paper and things to work on for the next things that students can work on. And then a score breakdown for each criteria on the rubric. So they have an introduction, a body paragraph, all the body paragraphs, a conclusion, and the structure, which were the criteria in the rubric. And when I'm done, I can approve, which I've already done. So if I unapprove it, then I can approve it here, and then I can share it to the student. So I can choose which feedback I'm going to share to the student. I'm going to share it with him right now. Great. Close. And then when I go into my Google Classroom here and open up this paper, let's see, I'm not sure if you can see me on here, but you can see that all of this work this is everything I just gave him. So all this is, I don't love that it's all centered. So you can change anything within it if you have editing access. So I can go through, you can see what his score is right now on the rubric. And my students have access to the rubric, so he doesn't need it on here, but tells him what score he gets in each one, the glows and the grows, and then here is his original paper. Oops. So I think that's a really strong tool. If I'm going to create a new assignment, I will show you that real quick. I would create an assignment title, grade level, it defaults to what you are using. I put in the same description that I give students here, and then adding a rubric. The rubric I used was a PDF from CKLA. It read all of that. It did make a couple changes, so I had to make some tweaks before I approved the rubric. So you can upload a rubric here, or you can choose one that you've used in the past. So I have used the American Revolution Cause and Effect as one here, or I can upload a new rubric, just add a file, or you can create a rubric or add one. If you wanted to create one in a different tool in MagicSchool and upload it, that would work as well. Or just say like, I'm just focusing on sentence structure and answering the questions that were asked. Then you could generate that rubric here, and then you can edit it before you approve it. So you can choose glows and grows, next steps, and score breakdowns. You can turn them off or on. If it was just going to be next steps, you could do that. You could choose any of these things here. And then to add submissions, I search folders, and I use the name of the folder. So cause and effect essay final draft is what I have. So I have cause and effect essay. If I'm going to create the same one, here's my essay, my folder right here. I'm going to select everything within it, and it has uploaded every single document that has been submitted for that assignment. I might have to go through and delete some because sometimes for some reason or another, there's more than one for some students. If I accidentally grade one that the student's not done with, it doesn't really matter. I can delete it, or I can re-edit it later. So I can just delete it, and then I can add more submissions later as they are completed. So I can do this as assignments are rolling in, especially if it's a rough draft or a almost final draft or something like that. As they are coming in, I can create them and send the feedback one at a time. I can also, if it is a final draft, I will approve everything and then bulk send it to students as well. In the last one, I had not sent it to students. I was using it as a conversation tool, so I shared it with them on here, but it's a really great tool for them to be able to see and have to look back at. So I did not create a whole assignment here, but this is how it would work. But I think this is a really, really great tool. It saves me a lot of time and frustration doing it one at a time. There are other tools. MagicSchool and Solara for students have really great student-facing feedback. I especially like the one in Solara for in-progress feedback for students. But this is my favorite teacher-facing writing feedback tool that I have found, especially in MagicSchool, but across the platforms. This is the most efficient one that I have found that I think does give really good feedback. I will say I think it is a little generous with the scores, so you need to make sure that you are going through and agree with how it is scoring student work, but or your rubric is just really clear. I have found that sometimes I think it will give 4s to students. I'm like, well, they can do better than this. So I make some edits for that, especially in progress, because I know they could have there's some room to grow. But I really found this to be a really useful and time-saving tool, so I hope you give it a try. All right, thank you.